guys, so today I have another epoxy creations video. I skipped last week because I took most of last week off. There's like a couple clips from last week from the beginning of the week, but last week I believe was Thanksgiving, right? So I really didn't do much because my kids were home for most of the week and we all just kind of did things. But this week I only worked because Monday the kids were off Monday still. Tuesday the power was out for a while and I didn't really feel like doing anything. Wednesday, I feel like I took the day off Wednesday too because I didn't feel well. But then Thursday, Friday, and today I like powered through a whole bunch of stuff. I have 3 big orders that I'm taking care of right now. I just got a 4th order today. So yeah. Lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff that I finished. There's lots of stuff that I started. There's lots of stuff that I'm in the middle of. So, here are the clips. So I have a bunch of things that I finished and put together today. And look, my hand is still stained from using those brown alcohol inks. But, this is really old that I made like months and months and months and months ago. This is a breastfeeding mom and baby keychain, and I added one of the larger heart charms, and I added a light pink tassel, and I painted it with acrylic paint pen, and then sealed it with a UV top coat. Then here are the hot cocoa earrings. That's the wrong way. But, yep, same thing. I painted these with the acrylic paint pens. This is actually mica powder in the middle. And then sealed it with a UV top coat. Then I put together these pink reindeer earrings and these green Christmas trees. Then I put together this pink and green, and I think there's reds in there, skull keychain. I added a dark pink tassel, and then these pink snowflake earrings. And last up we have this ornament that I used with the leftover resin for that letter keychain. I think it turned out really pretty. And then I added this ribbon. I think it was the one that matched the best. So I have put a second coat of epoxy on. Again, to even out those bumps before I put the SVGs on. This may be the final coat, but I may need one more coat, so we'll find out tonight whether or not. If not, we're good to go to put the SVGs on and then put on a final layer. So this is how I have this one painted, where the bottom's the snow. This is the sky. But this is not going to be a straight line. I do have it painted or painters taped off as a straight line, but as soon as this dries, I'm going to be ombreing white into the skyline because I'm going to be doing the snow in glitter, in white glitter. So I put the SVGs on Brooklyn's Karomi cup, and I love how it came out. I did her name in like graffiti on the back. I layered it with several colors. What do you guys think? She absolutely loves it. All right, so this is how I have it now. That's how I did like kind of the line. And it did get a little bit of white up here, but that's okay because it's snowing. And then I'm gonna add some like twinkling like glitter kind of thing, like little pieces of glitter to make like snow up there too. And then as soon as this dries, I'm going to take Mod Podge and then add the glitter down at the bottom. All right, so here is how that snow winter scene is going. So this looks really cloudy, but that's just the Mod Podge. It will dry clear. But here's the snow. And then I did like little glitter sequins over it for like falling snow. So I just put the last layer of epoxy on the Karomi tumbler. I'm so excited to put this all together tomorrow. Now it's gonna be a few days before she can actually use it, but she'll definitely be able to use it by the end of the week. One thing though that did kind of bother me is I did get her head, the gray part right there, not quite aligned where I wanted it to, but it had already started to stick down, so I couldn't like readjust it. So I was kind of bummed about that, but Brooklyn says she's okay with that. But I still think it turned out really cute and she absolutely loves it. Now over here, I did take this off the cup turner. It's ready for the SVGs in the morning. It did not need another coat. And then this one, I just have to spray with a sealer, and then I'll be able to epoxy it tomorrow. So Brooklyn's Karomi tumbler is done. And she'll be able to use it when she goes back to school on Tuesday. I love how it came out. She loves it too, so yep. So after taking the week off last week, I'm back to work and I am starting a new cup order. This is going to be purple glitter that I'm going to be doing. And it's going to be a Lilo and Stitch cup for a little 10-year-old girl. And then this one, I have to get rid of that line right there. So I have to add just a little more glitter, maybe a little more white. But I'll fix that. And then this needs to get epoxied. So I did add just a little smidge more of white paint just to cover that line. And then once that dries, I'm just gonna Mod Podge just a tiny bit of glitter over that just to give it its sparkle back. And then we can get started on the epoxy part. So let me tell you how happy I am that I didn't get rid of my Cricut Joy, because I'm breaking this bad boy out to do cup vinyls because it is freezing out in the sunroom right now. It's been freezing this week and I want to be in the warmth of my kitchen. I have another tumbler started for the same order as the Lilo and Stitch cup right here. I have 4 cups for her in total that I'm doing. So this one is going to be a US Marine Corps tumbler. And then she's also buying a tumbler from my friend Heidi. She's getting a sublimation tumbler with a photo put on it. You guys, if you would like a sublimation tumbler or a tumbler with a photo on it, I will put my friend Heidi's business Facebook page in the description box down below, and you can reach out to her or reach out to me and I can reach out to her as well for you. But yeah, she does great sublimation tumblers, and even if you just want to browse her page and see what she's made, go check her out. So I went with the light purple. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I went with the light purple for the Lilo and Stitch because it is a Disney movie and the light just gives it a more childlike feel to it, as the dark gives more like a dark feel to it. I just put the last bit of white glitter on. There's no line anymore. So now I just have to let this dry. I use Mod Podge, so I have to let this dry for, let's say at least like 5 hours or so, just to make sure it's completely dry, because if it's not dry, it'll be a big mess. And then I need to put one final coat of sealing spray on this just to make sure that the glitter stays put and doesn't come all the way up here and ruin all of this. And then I can probably by tonight or tomorrow morning put on the first layer of epoxy, and then I can start with the SVGs. I'm probably going to put 2 layers of epoxy on it just because this is more textured than this part, just to make sure it doesn't have lumps and stuff. And this one is going to need a second coat, probably in like, actually right now I can do it. Just to make sure all of the little, this is out, because this is going to be the base coat. There's no glitter going on this one. All right, second layer is on. We'll see if we need a third or not. The weather outside is like weird. So the paint is not laying as well as it should, but we'll see. If we need a third coat, this dries pretty quickly. We'll just slap on a third coat, and then I'm gonna put the epoxy on this one at the same time as I put on this one, just to save on gloves. But yeah, I do wanna show you that cup too. So this is the hot chocolate cup, and I finally have the SVGs put on. I'm excited. It says, but first, hot cocoa. I love it. Now I gotta work on the lid. All right, so I'm gonna be making one of these hearts like I did with Paco, with Melissa, except this is going to be a homecoming heart. So it's gonna say homecoming 2023 with their names on it. And I used these self-sealing lamination sheets that I got from Amazon. They're by Llama. And this worked a lot better than what I did with the Mod Podge with Paco and with that first keychain that I did. There is a little tiny bubble right here. I can't get that out, but luckily it's just on his arm. But yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Right now, I need to go downstairs and pour the first layer of clear in here. Then stick this on, pour a second layer of clear, put on the SVGs, and then a final coat of clear to seal everything. So the first layer is poured. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a really thin layer. I used 20 milliliters. And I do have to get my heat gun and get the bubbles out, but yeah, I don't want to pour it too thick because I have 3 layers I have to pour. And if I pour too much, I'm going to overflow. Like when I put the picture in, and then I have to do a final layer on top after that. So yeah, I just want them thin layers. But yeah, once I heat gun this, it'll be ready to just sit for a little bit. I'm gonna come down later tonight while it's still tacky and stick this in so that this sticks to this, because if I stick it on when it's completely dry, it's going to float to the top once I pour the epoxy on top of it, and it's gonna create air pockets and all that stuff. So this has to go on right here when this is still tacky but not wet. It has to be tacky so that it just adheres and doesn't sink or do anything weird. But yeah, and then tonight I will pour the second layer. Then I'm gonna let it fully dry and then do the SVGs and then the top layer. I put the sealing spray on this, and then this, I was gonna do like one little final coat on this, but my aerosol can, like the aerosol part, like it stopped working and it stopped spraying anything. And it's not empty because there's still, I can still feel liquid in there. So I'm gonna have to get a new red, but this will just have to do. I mean, it's not, there's no spots or anything. I was just trying to, like, if you can see that little drip right there, that should cover up with the epoxy, but I was just trying to like even everything out, but it shouldn't be an issue. So it'll just have to be good the way it is. So I have the final layer of epoxy on the hot chocolate and the first layer of epoxy on the winter one. They both need second coats, so I will be coming down later and putting on second coats on those two. I stuck the picture down onto the tacky layer, and in just a second, I'm going to pour the next layer. I've got the final layer of epoxy, final coat put on the hot cocoa tumbler, and tomorrow I will be adding white drip to the top, and I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter in it. I think that would look really cute. And then I had the second coat of the first coat of epoxy. Put on, I think we discussed a name for this one that I'm going to put up on Poshmark. This is a winter's night, which I think it's going to be a beautiful winter's night. And then I have the first coat of epoxy put on the U.S. Marine Corps tumbler. And I did put a sealing spray on the Lilo & Stitch, so in the morning, this will get its first coat of epoxy. I had the next layer put on the heart, which I do need to pop the bubbles yet. I went ahead and put the heat gun over and popped the bubbles. Some of this stuff that you're seeing through is not bubbles, it's actually glitter on my tablecloth shining through from the underside. But yeah, I think it looks really cute so far. I'm really proud of this beauty. This is the hot chocolate topper. So to the whipped cream part, I had added these sprinkles. Then I got these from Amazon. I added some, they're called FEMA. It's kind of like, it's hard, but it's a soft texture. Like it's soft and hard at the same time. It's weird. But I added these little candy canes to the sides. And then I made these out of FEMA dough. So I rolled it, cut them out, shaped them into little mini marshmallows. Sorry, that's my son running upstairs. And then I baked them at 230 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. And they came out really cute, and I just glued them on. And that's what that looks like. And then I'm doing a red glitter straw to match. I'm excited to put this tumbler together. So I have the white drip on the hot chocolate cup. I don't know. Oh, I can see the glitter a little bit. I thought it just made it look like gritty. And I got kind of like upset because I was like, that is not what I envisioned. But now that I'm looking at it, like with the light shining, I can definitely see the glitter. You can't, but I can. But yeah, I think this is gonna turn out really cute. I put this a little far down, but that's okay. I wanted to leave room just in case it dripped a little farther than I anticipated, but it did not, so that's good. But yeah, once this dries, I'll be able to take the painter's tape off and put the lid on and it'll be all finished. And I put the first layer of epoxy on the Lilo & Stitch cup. In a couple of hours, I'm gonna put a second layer on just to make it smooth for the SVGs. I put the second layer of epoxy on the Lilo & Stitch tumbler, so this will be ready for SVGs tomorrow. So here we have Pam's winter night cup. I think it turned out really cute. There's this snowman. Then we've got some cardinals, cute Christmas cardinals, 3 of them. And then we have a cute little squirrel down here. Super cute, and a crescent moon at the top. I think this turned out really nice. This has the first layer of the final layer of epoxy on. I have to do one more coat before I go to bed tonight. Then here is the U.S. Marine Corps tumbler. This needs one more final coat and it will be done. Just a simple cup. This actually took a lot of layers. This was like over 10 layers of vinyl. This was just 2. And then this one, I had to add another layer. I don't know if maybe it evened out. Okay, so my heat gun cord, somehow I was using it to like adhere these vinyls onto here so that none of them popped up since they had lots of small pieces. And somehow I dropped the cord on this without realizing, and it like dragged through when it was like 2.5 hours in to drying. So it was in its tacky phase to where like it was hard for it to be pliable. But somehow I put another coat on top and it looks like it evened out. So I am so happy about that. I was afraid I was gonna have to wait for it to dry, sand it, and then put another coat on, but I didn't have to do that, thankfully. So tomorrow, the vinyls will go on the Lilo and Stitch. Then for one of Pam's free gifts that I'm throwing in her package, I am doing this Bigfoot coaster, and I used my mica powder markers to dust the detail on this, and then I'm gonna pour a brown in this. And I'm also doing a Grinch, and this one I'll color once it's done. I'm not filling it up all the way because it does not need to be that thick. I'm probably gonna do about half. And then I'm gonna do like a green with glitter in it for this one. And this, I put the SVGs on. I think it turned out really nice. So this, the top layer is going on as well. All right, so I have the Grinch poured, and that's about as far as I filled it. I have the top layer on the homecoming heart. With leftover resin, I poured the skull mold. And here's the Bigfoot that I did. With leftover green resin, I poured 3 stud earrings, these cute little elf earrings, and these Christmas tree earrings. With leftover the brown from this, the Bigfoot foot, I poured these reindeer earrings. And then I added glitter, which you can see, to the brown. And then I also poured these cute little teddy bears. So I'm excited to see what everything's gonna look like demolded. It is an ugly day out today, but I finished the hot chocolate tumbler. So it says, but first hot cocoa. Here's like all the swirling colors. It's hard to see in this lighting, but, and then here's the drip. I think it dripped really nicely. I was scared it wasn't gonna drip enough, but it did, and I love the way it came out. And then there is the lid topper. So pretty. I'm in love with those marshmallows. And then I added a red glittery straw to match. So here's how the homecoming heart came out. Oh, I love it. It turned out so cute. Everything else is kind of a little too bendy to demold yet. Like, look at that. So, and I did pour it at like, I want to say like 10 o'clock last night, and it's only 8 in the morning. So it definitely needs probably till like the afternoon or evening to be able to do. Like, I can demold this. I just don't want to like misshape it or anything. Cause look, it pops right out. And actually that one was thick enough to pull out. I just got to make sure I don't bend the hat, but I'll just put it down on a flat surface. And then tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna paint this white. And I think I might paint this red. And then I'm gonna do black for the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And then I'll top coat it, and it will be all finished. And then I'll put the hook in and all that, and the string. So I come down, and this is completely off. I don't even know how it fell off, but this is pretty, like, the screws are coming loose, so I gotta try to clean this up. Luckily, it was already dried before it fell, and the glitter's just kind of wiping off, so fingers crossed that I don't have to do this all over again. So thank goodness it was already dried before it fell, because that extra glitter from this wiped all off. So, oh, I don't have to put another layer. That would have been my 4th layer having to put on this. So here we have the finished winter night. tumbler. So I just wanted to show everything on it. So we have the snowman. He was 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. This was my first like big layered cup, so I'm kind of excited about this. Then we have the moon. That was 1 layer. We have these cardinals. Those were 3 layers. This, and this. And then the cute little squirrel at the bottom, he was 2 layers, the brown and the black. But I think it turned out really cute. And then I added a blue glittery straw to match the sky. What do you guys think? And here we have the finished United States Marine Corps tumbler. I think this turned out really cute. I just added the clear straw because they didn't really have one that matched. And this is, I couldn't put a glittery straw because this is a man tumbler and they didn't want glitter. So, but yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I have 3 new tumblers started. The first one, this is going to be a beach themed one, and I'm going to be doing this one differently than my under the sea ones that I normally do. This one, I'm kind of going to do like I do with like the coffee ones. I'm going to do alcohol ink swirls on them. So that's really exciting. I have not done anything but like coffee and hot chocolate swirls and the pink for the drink cups, but I have not done any beach themed. So I'm excited to try this out. Then I have white. This has to get just 1 more coat on it because it did not coat the way I wanted it to because it is muggy out and just gross, so the paint wasn't cooperating, so I have to do 1 more coat on this one. And then this one is going to be a coffee themed cup. And I didn't even say what this one is. This is going to be like a pirate ship cup, and this one the coffee. So here is what I did with the beach themed cup. I swirled these 3 colors of alcohol inks together, and I think it looks really pretty. I'm happy with that. So I demolded Bigfoot, and I love how that came out. I also have the first layer of the second heart done for Pam. This is going to be a memorial heart for a dog. And then I have this poured for Deb. Deb and Richard are getting his and hers Grinches, and I did something special with this one. She wanted pink with glitter, but I did one better, and I made it glow in the dark pink, and I'm going to make his Grinch glow in the dark as well, but with no glitter. And I have the picture all laminated, and it's gonna go in once this gets tacky. So here's how the little elf earrings came out. Definitely better than the last time where like there was bubbles right at both of the openings. Here's how the little teddy bears turned out. I think these will be cute to just put little eyelet hooks in and use as like charms for keychains. And then here's the Christmas trees. And then here's the little reindeer. All right, so this is how the coffee swirl is looking like right now. But that's because I just poured the colors on. It hasn't gotten a chance to kind of swirl together yet. And this is how pretty that beach ocean tumbler is turning out. Oh my God, so pretty. So the Lilo and Stitch cup has its final layer of epoxy on. The SVGs are on. This took 7 layers. So this was a layer, the black was a layer, the blue, the ears, the eyes, the white, the red, the skin color, all separate layers. And I'm pretty proud of myself for how I got it layered and straight and all that. And I think it looks really cute. What do you guys think? She could be tanner, but I did not have like a tan color. That is like a really, really, really light like brown. but I didn't have anything darker than that except like this color, that dark color brown, which would have been too dark. It would have blended in with the black and not looked right. So, but yeah, I really like how this turned out. All it needs is 1 second coat of epoxy and it'll be ready to put together tomorrow. And this is how this beach themed one is looking. This will get a coat of epoxy soon to kind of even everything out. And this is how the coffee one swirled. I love it. It looks great. I'm happy with it. And I have the second layer. I did heat gun it to get the bubbles out, so hopefully those go away. But I have the second layer of this memorial heart finished and poured. And I demolded the skull that I poured yesterday. And the earrings, the studs. All right, so I put a layer over top on this of resin. I'm probably going to put either 1 or 2 more just to flatten and even it out so that when I put the SVGs on, it's not lumpy. Then this Lilo and Stitch one, I put the final coat on, so this will be ready in the morning. And then the beach theme, I went a little crazy. So my friend Jess came over and we were thinking of ideas on how to like do the sand at the bottom. So she suggested using real sand. So that's what I did. I put real sand in and then I added a rose gold glitter. And then we added little starfish. So this is gonna be the first like textured 3D tumbler that I have ever done. So I'm excited, and I do need to, when I put another layer of epoxy, I do need to fill in these edges right here just to hide that blue down there. But oh, I'm loving how this is turning out. She gave me free reign over this tumbler. She just said beach themed, so I'm going a little crazy. So I put on another layer to cover that like blue strip like around here. A lot of it did fall off because you know only so much can stay on. So I'm hoping that when this dries, like in the morning, I can just pour a layer of epoxy over this without really making it like budge much, and that it'll just hopefully stay put. Hopefully. The bottom will just be a little bit wider than the top, but I mean, it's going to be more of like a 3D kind of tumbler. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. I may add a couple more starfish. I may not. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm definitely going to be putting like a quote on here once like there's enough layers on this that I feel comfortable with finally putting words on it, and then I'll do a final coat. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this turns out. So yeah, lots of creations. Continuing a whole bunch next week. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see the finished products of what some of the stuff in this video. And as always, if you're interested in purchasing anything that you saw that is not a personal order, my Poshmark link will be in the description box down below. If you just want to browse my Poshmark and see what I have, feel free. If you would like a custom order, or if you saw something in this video that I made for somebody else and you would like one too, just message me. My email and my Instagram are both in the description box down below. Just send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, and I'll get back to you. We'll talk details, pricing, all kinds of good stuff. But that is everything for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day. Bye.